Good morning, Internet. My name is Morph, and welcome to Bisu vs maGma Group A, round of 32, MSL 2009. Now, just when you thought Bisu had plain sailings, spoiler alert, people, because I'm sure this was the first match you watched of this group, was Bisu versus Savior, which he lost in spectacular fashion while he was doing that cast with the wonderful gent Blade of Ire, not this time, just flying solo. And before that match I said that there is nothing in the world that Savior would like than to have a bullet with the word Bisu written on it. And he did, my friends, he did have that bullet with Bisu's name on it and shot it right through his face. So, that means, as Blade pointed out at the time, that Bisu cannot afford a loss at this stage. He's up against maGma, who, as the SC2GG analysis thread on this group pointed out, is very much the dark horse of this group, the least known player, 1 moment 0. The map is Byzantium. It's a perfectly balanced map against the two races of Protoss and Zerg. So we have Bisu coming in top left in red and maGma coming in top right in yellow, so it's currently 3 for 3 on the map. I personally think it may actually be slightly Zerg favoured, at least in the early and mid game, because the natural expansions, which are on a slight ridge just outside the entrance of your main, you actually have two options in that. There's like two mineral patches on the same higher pattern, so for Zergs who sometimes will go for an instant double expand, it's a lot easier to get that third hatchery up and also to defend it without having to move your troops around too much. What I will say is, the reason why maGma is considered the dark horse is, one, he's one of the most experienced players, or at least one of the newer players, I should say, in Group A. However, in the past, maGma's versus Protoss victories have included Nalra, Su, Free, and Reach, so he can definitely hang with the big boys. And one of the really interesting things about maGma is that his teammates have claimed that actually when they're in their training, that he's an absolute beast, that he is a raving monster in the training, and it's just he's still not got over the sort of jutters of the initial stages of competing in proper competitive player amongst in front of thousands of people and millions over the internet. So, because you know, some matches do get a million viewers, check Wikipedia, you know it's true. Anyway, or at least that's what I choose to believe. The scouting probe now in maGma's base, having a little shifty round, trying to have a little pop at some of the drones, not immensely successful. Forge opening from Bisu, nothing too much of a great shot there. What I do think is interesting actually is, even though maGma's versus Protoss stat is only based on 15 rather than the only 15 matches, not 15%, rather than the epic amount that Bisu has. I don't know how many versus he's had, but it's a fair few. Going for the Nexus before the cannons, just because, you know, he's seen his opponent's base, he's seen that the Lings are not out yet, so he doesn't have to worry about that, so he can get Nexus first, then cannons. But it's actually the same percentage, both are on early 60s, 62, 63% for their win ratio against the other team, so technically they are evenly matched. I think, and as you see there, we've got the natural going down for maGma, slightly delayed by that probe, but thankfully the Zerglings are there just to chase it off a bit. So I really don't know who this can be. I mean, I think obviously Bisu, as Carla said, Bisu is someone who always has the advantage unless he's playing against another S-class player, as he likes to say. Now, I think as well that definitely after losing to, once again, spoiler alert, already said that, after losing to Savior, I definitely think he'll want it. You know, he'll have it'll have lit a fire under him. You know, it will. I don't necessarily think it will have made that much of a difference to him. So third cannon going down, actually, clearly very, very paranoid, wanting to not get run by and robbed on by an early Zergling force like he did versus Xavier. So I think maybe it has influenced this style of play just a little bit, I would say. So now we have the third hatch going down for maGma, fairly standard macro-based opening for him, whereas Bisu's clearly going to follow up with a Stargate and some Corsair harass, because that's what he always does. And now we have Lair Tech coming up for maGma, so neither player making a particularly big shifty. We have quite a few, if you look at the minimap now just quickly, we've got quite a few Zerglings basically nipping around in every direction and trying to see if Bisu's doing some sort of a slight expansion anywhere. Goes up there, sees the cannons, and quite rightly turns back round. Another pylon going in at the main just to start eventually getting some buildings there. But until drop tech gets researched, Bisu's main will be completely safe. Bisu has built such a good wall in there, you know, that's not going to be penetrated by the Zerg force. That is solid, my friends. He does not have to worry. I mean, that number of Zerglings there is most certainly not enough to chomp through that. And now we do see the Stargate coming through on the part of Bisu, so we will see that Corsair harass, which he is so talented with. Second gas going down for Bisu. And we don't actually have the second gas for maGma yet, actually. He's just going on a... the spire is going up for him, won't pop for quite a little bit, but no second gas yet for maGma. I think that's a bit odd. I would, although it is what Zerg players usually do, I would maybe like to have seen him gone for a second gas at this stage, just because he knows that his opponent's going to hang back until he techs up, so he should probably take that time that he has, especially while he's got this little Zergling force there, just as a horribly mined deterrent, just to set up a second gas. So anyway, the Zergling force there nipping away. Citadel Vadun nearly walked in. I don't know if he's going to go straight to Templars or research speedlots. Probably going to want speedlots because this is a very large map. Lots of different expansions dotted all over the place, so he's going to want to be running between them to either defend his own or be able to take down his opponent's hatcheries. Now we've got the Hydralisk den going up, so the Spire is probably the Scourge, and we're going to see the Hydra Lurker build, which obviously has shown that it can defeat Bisu, so clearly maGma will be following in the footsteps of other great Zerg players and hopefully trying to accomplish victory that way. Corsair goes in. I don't know why that Corsair didn't follow through, actually, trying to take a pop at that Overlord. There weren't any Hydras or anything. He probably did suspect that Scourge would be out in a mere moment, as he could see the Spire there, obviously.